What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Geselle, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the top 5 most commonly asked job interview questions that I believe you are going to hear somewhere or another in one of the job interviews that you may have in your near future. I have had plenty of job interviews. Let me think right now. I've had more than like 10 interviews in my life, and these all have ranged from retail, sales, restaurant, hospital, outpatient, small business. So I definitely have some experience to share with you guys in the interview world. I have also given interviews before and also sat in interviews before. I also recently just went through an interview about a week and a half ago, and you guys found out from my other video that I did get the job. So I have some ideas fresh in my head, and I wanted to share with you guys some information to help you get through your next interview that you're about to partake in. If you're new here, I want to welcome you to the family. Please go ahead and subscribe and like this video because it helps this channel grow and it helps me a lot. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's already done that and who keep coming back. I love you guys all so much, and your guys' support means everything to me, and you guys are the reason why I keep making these videos. With all that being said, let's get into this video so we can help you guys ace your next interview. Let's get started. Before we get into those questions, I just want you guys to make sure that before you go into your interview, make sure you do your research about the company, make sure you know what you're going to get yourself into, and think about what that job opportunity is going to give you and how it's going to make a positive impact in your life. Because if you go into these interviews already knowing, okay, this is something that is going to fulfill me or is going to help me or is going to improve a part of my life, then you're going to have a much better situation when you're in that interview. And when they ask you these questions that you have no idea what they're going to ask you about, you're going to know how to answer these questions in complete sentences because you're not so scared to, and you're going to know how to respond quickly and think fast when they are asking you these questions in your interview. Now, after you do all your research, you also want to make sure that you have your nice interview outfit on. You want to make sure you look presentable, and you want to make sure that they can see that you are ready to go, ready to work, and ready to learn about whatever you're about to embark on with this company. You want to make sure that you have a positive attitude, good eye contact, and smile really big because you want to look like you want to get the job, right? You want to show them that you are ready for this job and that you are ready for whatever it is that they're going to do for you. Unless you're applying for like a Halloween haunted house or something. But I don't know if we're gonna have Halloween haunted houses this year. Definitely show that smile, show that good posture, which I need to be better at, but show your good posture, show your communication skills, show that you have good eye contact and that you're gonna stare them down and let them know why you deserve this job and why you should be a part of the team. So definitely think about all those things before you go into the interview, because once you're in there, first impressions are always a big thing. They're going to remember you by your first impression when you walk through that door, and they're going to look at you and think, without you even saying any word, what's the first thing that pops in your head when you first see somebody walk in a room? Unfortunately, that is what it is, because when you're walking in, your posture, your eye contact, body movements, it's all going to be watched by these people. So before you get your word in to prove to them why you deserve this job, make sure you look good and that you're ready to go. So my top 5 interview questions have been asked at multiple jobs that I've been to. So the first question is, what qualifications do you have for this job? And sometimes that question can be kind of like asked as, tell us about yourself. What should we know about you? What can you bring to the table? Do you have a background in this field? Did you get a college degree? Did you go through a program? Were you able to do your research on this company and figure out how you are going to make a good asset to that team? Before you go into your interview, make a list of your qualifications. Obviously, they're going to have a resume of yours. Make sure you know what's on that resume, and so that you can talk about what's on that resume, and what they see on the paper will shine through your personality when you are speaking to them, especially when you answer their questions. So if it was me going for an ultrasound job, I would be like, I went through this program, I went to this school, I did this volunteer work, I know how to use this machine, I know how to do this and that and this and that. Whatever your qualifications that you believe will help you stand out, definitely let them know. Number 2, what kind of experience do you have? Experience, that's going to be hard if you're just coming out of high school and you kind of don't have experience. Well, you can talk about if you volunteered somewhere, if you had a family member that you had babysat, you know how to take care of other people. You can talk about the things in life that you have gone through that will make you a good part of this team. This question is basically them trying to figure out how you fit in, if you're going to meet the qualifications that you said that you had in the first one, and to back it up with the experience that you've had. Use your life experience, anything at all that will help you for this job, to let them see what you're about and what your personality can bring to this company. Number 3, what is your availability? You want to make sure that your availability is what you really say it's going to be. You don't want to be one of those people who say you have an open availability, get the job, and then all of a sudden you have no availability to give them. You don't want to say you're free 7 days a week and then you get the job and then all of a sudden you can only work 3 days a week. You also want to make sure that if you have a family, you're honest with them, if you can work day shifts or night shifts, if you can work weekends, because you want to be able to be straight up so that there's no surprises later on in the future. If you're going to school, tell them that, hey, I'm a student still and this is my schedule, I can work around this. As long as they see that you are wanting to work out a schedule where you can work for them and you can help them out, most of the time companies will help you out and they are very understanding. Now, I'm assuming before you go into this job interview, you already know the type of job and what it's going to entail as far as availability wise. So definitely just be honest with your availability, because that is one thing that I have noticed in all of the careers that I've had before. People say one thing and then they do another thing. So don't be one of those people. The 4th question would be, are you able to work under pressure? Or are you able to work in high volume settings? Now, this can change. Are you able to sit at a computer desk all day? Or are you able to call people on the phone all day long? There are different ways this question could be asked depending on where you're applying for. But in general, are you able to work under stress? Are you able to get through the day without getting angry? Are you able to go to work and put all your drama at home aside to put on a happy face at work? These companies want to know if you're able to do your job and to be able to do the job well. Jobs can be stressful anywhere you go. There are going to be a lot of pros for jobs, but there's going to be a lot of cons for jobs. In the service industry, as far as restaurants go, there are so many people who are so picky about their food, or they complain about a lot of things. If you're going in to be a server, you have to deal with that stuff. And are you able to handle that? If you go into the hospital, there's going to be a lot of patients who are really, really upset and who just don't want to be there. Are you going to be able to handle that? There are going to be places where you're going to be the only ultrasound tech or the on-call tech. Are you going to be able to handle that pressure? So just prove to them that that is something you're okay with and that you are willing to do, because that is what you have to do to work for a company, and you have to prove to them that you really want this job and that you're going to be able to do the job right. Working under pressure and working for large volume companies will definitely increase your experience. It'll make you a stronger person in the long run, and it will help you with your communication skills, because there are times where you have to think of something right off the bat of your head and to get through the situations that you may go through. When I used to work at a money exchange, there were so many people who were just so mad over a price tag. Just think about the types of things you may encounter and explain to the company. You are able to handle those types of things. The 5th question could be asked like this: why should we hire you? What makes you stand out? Why should we pick you over the next person we're about to interview? Remember, you are interviewing for a position where multiple people are interviewing, and you need to make sure that you stand out of the crowd and you are able to exude the aura that you're going to be the best person for this job, the best fitting person for this job, and that you're going to put your best foot forward to do this job. You should let them know that you have a willingness to learn, that you're a team player, but you're also able to work independently, that you're able to be quick on your feet, that you can alleviate situations if they come up. Show that you're going to enjoy what you're about to do. In any field, you're going to want to show that you are passionate about the job that you're going into and that you really want to work for that job. Do you have something that stands out? Do you have a story that stands out? These types of things will help them remember you when they go back and look at your interview questions or your resume, and they'll be like, oh, this is that person that said this. It's truly hard to remember people, especially when you do multiple interviews. So you really want to try to stand out, and you want to have a unique story so that they can remember you later on when they're going through their applicants. So those are the types of questions that I think are very common that can be asked in any type of job, in any field. You want to show up, be prepared, make sure that they know how bad you want this job, and prove to them that you are a unique person and you fit the criteria that they are looking for. So with all this information, I hope that you guys find some of these questions helpful and know that the people that are interviewing you are just trying to get the most out of you, just to see who you are as a person in that 30 minutes to an hour interview, so they can figure out, okay, will this person be good on our team and be helpful to the company? If you guys show that you really want it and that you're passionate, you have a really good chance of being hired. Speak from the heart. Every interview is just something to add to your experience. I have gone through multiple interviews where I didn't get the job, but I've gone through a lot of interviews where I did get the job. You learn from everything. Everything is a learning experience. Life is a learning experience. Whatever's meant to be will be. My next video is going to be about college interviews. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are going into an interview anytime soon, I'd love to hear where you're going. If you need any last minute tips or advice, comment below and I will give you my opinion and answers. Until the next video, be kind, stay positive, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.